All right, let's talk about something that isn't just knocking on the classroom door anymore. It's basically kicked it right off the hinges. We're talking about AI and how it's forcing all of us to completely rethink one of the oldest traditions in school, homework. Okay, let's get into it.
I mean, this is the question, right? It's blowing up on social media, in teachers' lounges, everywhere. Is this amazing new technology a game-changing learning tool, or did it just completely break the way we've measured learning for, ever?
So what kicked this whole thing off? Well, it all started with one post. A student at Stanford, Didi Das, decided to try a little experiment. He took a really tough, multi-part computer science problem set and just fed it to a large language model. And here's the part that made everybody's jaw hit the floor. The AI figured out the problems, found all the right resources, solved every single question, and then popped it all out into a perfect little PDF. All in less time than it takes to brew a pot of coffee. 5 minutes. That one little detail just changed the entire conversation overnight.
So yeah, you can imagine that 5-minute homework assignment basically set the internet on fire. It just perfectly captured this huge tension around AI in the classroom, and it pretty much split the whole debate into two very passionate, very different camps.
So on one side, you've got the people who look at this and see a high-tech cheat code. A way to just skip all the hard work that actually leads to learning. But on the other side, you've got people who see AI as the ultimate study buddy, just the next step in tools like the calculator or even the internet itself.
Let's dig into that cheat code argument for a sec. This idea, which this Reddit user puts perfectly, is that homework is really all about the process. It's the struggle, right? It's applying the concepts that builds the understanding in your brain. And from this perspective, if an AI just does the work for you, the student doesn't learn a thing. The whole point just vanishes.
But then, of course, you've got the total opposite take. Another Redditor compared all the panic over AI to the freak out when calculators first showed up in math class. The idea here is that, look, technology is always disruptive. Our job isn't to ban the tool, it's to adapt how we teach. I mean, calculators didn't kill math, right? They just let us focus on way more interesting, complex problems.
And this isn't just some theoretical debate happening online. It's having a huge, immediate impact on schools, on teachers, on administrators, the people on the front lines who are scrambling to figure out how to deal with this new reality.
And here's where it gets really tricky. Just look at this adoption gap from 2023. Students are jumping on these tools almost 3 times faster than their instructors are. That has left a lot of educators playing this frantic game of catch-up with the technology their students have pretty much already mastered.
So this puts schools in a really tough spot. They're trying to solve 3 massive problems all at once. First, how do you make sure work is honest when you can't really tell who or what did it? Second, you have to worry about the hidden biases in these AI programs. And third, what is happening to all the sensitive student data that these new platforms are collecting?
And this really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? AI offers this incredible, almost magical power. But education, when you boil it all down, has always been about that human connection, about mentorship. So the big challenge is, how do you bring in the machine without losing the human touch?
But hey, educators are not just sitting around watching this happen. They are already on it, writing new playbooks for these brand new tools. So let's take a look at how they're actually trying to find some solutions.
Cornell University, for instance, came up with this really clear 3-level approach that a lot of other schools are looking at. So for some assignments, AI is totally banned to make sure students learn the basic skills. For others, it's allowed, but you have to cite it, just like you'd cite a book. And then for some projects, they're actively encouraging students to use it to push their research and creativity. It's a really smart, flexible answer to a super complex problem.
And if you're thinking this is just some little trend, you gotta follow the money. A UNESCO report estimated the AI and education market would be worth $6 billion this year. With that kind of cash flowing in, it means these tools are only going to get more powerful and way more integrated into all of our lives.
And for all the headaches, the potential upside here is just massive. I mean, we're talking about AI that can create a truly personal learning plan for every single student. It can provide amazing accessibility tools, it can give instant, detailed feedback that one teacher could never hope to provide, and maybe best of all, it can free all of us up from boring memorization to focus on what really matters, deeper understanding.
So all of this chaos and disruption, it kind of forces us to step back and ask some really big fundamental questions. It's not just about how we do school anymore, it's about why we do school. What's the whole point of education anyway?
Van Davis, writing for Forbes, puts the sheer scale of this change into perspective.
He argues this moment is just as big as the invention of the printing press. Think about it. The printing press made information accessible to everyone. Well, AI is doing the same thing for creating and analyzing information, and it's forcing us to totally redefine our relationship with knowledge itself.
So what's the bottom line here? The idea that's starting to emerge is actually pretty powerful. AI isn't killing learning, it's killing rote learning. The ability to just memorize and spit back facts, something our schools have valued for centuries, is now something a machine can do instantly. The new gold standard, the skills that really matter, are the things AI can't do: real critical thinking, true creativity, and genuine human collaboration. And so we end up right back where we started, but with a much, much bigger question. It's not just, did AI ruin homework anymore? Now it's, what is the whole purpose of education in an age of intelligent machines? This technology isn't just another tool. It's a wake-up call that's forcing every single one of us to decide what it really means to learn, to think, and ultimately, to be human.